Awesome. So this is a Zoom recording of our first day. So this is really exciting. So basically, I'm adding everyone as they enter on Zoom, and I'm just going to talk about kind of what you should expect for the course, and also give a little bit of backstory about what this course, like what the goal of the course is, and also what your goals should, kind of be. Like everyone has their own personal goals, but also what I want you to get out of the course. So just a little bit of context. Really, the first goal I'd say I want everyone to have is to be able to make sure like you get something out of it, right? Like you could be a programmer already or have some programming experience. So what I want this course to do is kind of push you to learn new things. Um, but if you just want, maybe you don't want to become a developer, right? Maybe you're a project manager or you want to do something else. A lot of these skills that you learn here really translate to other fields as well, right? But if you do want to become a developer, this is like a really good start. So, like I would say personally, development for me has been a life changing experience. So, it could be different for you. Maybe you just want to add to your skill set with your job. Like, let me give you a backstory about myself. Like when I started programming about I think 4.5 years ago, I was working at a warehouse. I hated my job. I had to work, graveyard. I never was able to get good sleep. I couldn't hang out with friends, and I just really hated like everything I was doing. Uh, so what programming gave me was like a way to kind of escape that and like pursue a different career. Like I didn't realize how much I would enjoy it, right? That's kind of what this course is for. It's more of a discovery phase, trying to see if you will enjoy doing programming, right? So like after this course, I'm not going to say that you're going to be immediately able to get a job, right? Like just for context, when I was working at a warehouse, I went to a coding boot camp right afterwards, and I didn't have any experience. Like I didn't know HTML, I didn't know CSS, I didn't know JavaScript. Sorry, I'm also clicking admit right here to join the other people. So I didn't really know any programming at all, right? So in like 3 months though, like after going through 3 4 months after going through the course, I was able to like get a position, right? So this is a three week class, so it's just an intro, but this will give you a really good foundation to pursue uh, development in the future, right? Like or pursue it like right afterwards, right? You could gives you a really good foundation to work with. So yeah, for me, it's life changing. For you, it might just be adding a new skill set. So everyone's different. This course, I think, is a really good chance for discovery, finding out if you even really like programming, right? Some people have the idea like, oh, I just want to make a bunch of money, right? And that's not really a good goal to have. Like, that's part of a goal, right? If you want to have like a good paying career, right? But really, what it is about is having it so um, like you do problem solving and stuff, right? So if you really enjoy solving problems and that gets you excited, like I would say programming is a very good, very awesome thing, right? You get to see, especially with JavaScript, learning that you see things instantly once you start learning, right? So one of the other goals for this class, I would say, is learning how to learn, right? And you might have, been through school and had a rigorous curriculum, and by doing that, you had to learn how to learn. You had to force yourself. But for some people, maybe they went through just regular high school or college, and they just take some notes and just study rote memorization, right? But that's not really what programming is about, and doing all this stuff is about. It's more about applying the concepts, and that's what you're going to do in this course. You're going to be working on all sorts of projects. So, like to give you an example of the day to day for this class, the first day, all you're going to do is just going to watch a few videos, and it's just going to go over how to learn, like ways to approach memory, and things like that. And then we're going to go into day 2 onward into the more nitty gritty stuff, like how does HTML work? How does CSS work? What is JavaScript, right? So some of the tools that I've actually posted already in the video, or the videos that I posted on resources, explain day 1. So it's really just 30 minutes of videos, or videos on learning how to learn, and then also just a quick little reading assignment that just tells you, like, gives you kind of like a good grasp of like what, like how to learn, and also just gives you the context of what it's like to be a developer, right? So for your day-to-day, you're going to be working on Freed Code Camp. So how Freed Code Camp works is you basically have, on the left-hand side, you're going to have some reading, right? You're going to read about, HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. And then on the right, you're going to have a challenge, right? So you can apply that concept that you just read about, right? Then you have this other thing that you sign up for called Glitch. And Glitch is going to be where you actually do more of a bigger project, right? Like when you do Free Code Camp, it's pretty cool. And you might, apply a concept a little bit, right? But really where it gets good is when you do Glitch, right? And you're going to be actually working on real projects like building, your first website, working with JavaScript. So first you're just going to start out HTML and CSS. So as a heads up, just for some context, when you actually start working on the assignments, like day 1 is just learning how to learn and just getting prepared and getting yourself into the student mentality, right? The days onward is going to be when you actually start applying stuff. And I don't want anyone to be discouraged, like try to do everything at once, like where they try to build an entire website and it looks perfect. That's not how this works, right? When you first start programming, your website's not going to look good. It's going to look like it's from the 90s. Unless you already have experience, then you'll probably look a little bit nicer, right? It's really all I want for everyone to do each day is to really understand the concepts, because that's where it is, right? You want to have the concepts that you can apply, and about. So when you get a new problem or a new thing you want to do, you can just apply the concepts you've learned already into any new project that you want to create. So I also want to note that this isn't about a competition, right? You're not going to want to one-up another person, right? The only person that you're competing with is yourself. So what I want everyone to do is just to strive to work as hard as you can, within reason, right? I don't want you to spend 20 hours a day coding and just spinning your wheels. It's really just about trying to, make the effort to learn the concept, because if you do that, every day builds on top of each other, right? So you start out with just the basics. It's kind of like Legos. You have HTML and CSS basics. Then you get into more advanced stuff, but it always builds on the day before. So what I want to do now is I want to share my screen so you can get an overview of kind of like what the process will be for messaging me. Because from 10 to 1 Pacific Standard Time is when I will be available. So let me just share my screen really quick. So if we go here, I'm on the general channel now. So random, if you just want to unload and just have some, dank memes you want to post or anything funny like that, you can kind of just, anything that's not related to curriculum, you can just post there. If you just want to, you have a laugh, you found something funny, right? Totally can post to random. And resources is where I'm going to post every daily homework, right? So just to show you what I did today, I have day 1 homework here. I have a list of videos and then a reading exercise. And then this form is where you'll do a daily check-in. Okay, so what that means is you'll click on this form. You'll fill out how you felt about that day, and then I'm just going to see how you felt. All right, so let me just click on it really quick so you can see it. So it's just like type in your email address. There's a video to walk through the form in case if you are like unsure of how you need to fill this out. Then it's just going to ask you for that day how you understood the concepts presented so far. Then just your username. Here is where you will have your portfolio page, and that's not something you have to quite worry about yet. Today is just making sure you post or you get everything set up right. You get your free code camp set up, your glitch set up, and then also don't worry about the resume page yet. Right, we're going to do that in a later time. And then if you have any general things like anything I should know, if you feel like you're struggling, you can totally do that. But you can also just do that here, right? If you could say like, I'm totally lost. Basically, I am going to see what everyone's response to this form is, and then I will reach out to you if you feel lost, if you feel pretty good about it, like you feel like you're able to teach to someone else. That means that you're probably a little bit more advanced than other students, and that totally makes sense because you might have had experience in the past, or you're just picking it up pretty quickly. But don't be discouraged about the pace at which you pick up the things, because programming, it's hard. It's a hard skill to learn, and it completely changes how you think. Like before I went through a coding boot camp, I didn't really know. It like changed completely how I think about things and how I break things down, because a lot of programming is just solving problems, and I'm not gonna lie, it's very addicting to solve a problem, like to work on problems and spend maybe like a couple hours like I don't know what I'm doing, and you're gonna doubt yourself, right? But then once it clicks and you solve something, it's one of the most amazing feelings, and it's very satisfying. So that's just something I just wanted to throw in there. So you're going to experience that too, I feel, because it's just a really cool feeling. But yeah, basically you just every day after you do the homework, just kind of check in here, tell me how you feel about the concepts, and then I will reach out to you. Let me go over to Slack real quick. So yeah, if you want to direct message me, you will either see Thomas Shannon, that's my name, in direct messages, and if you don't, you can find me by just typing in Thomas Shannon, and you can send me a message. So what I want everyone to do today, in addition to the homework, is just send me a little direct message explaining what you want to get out of the course. So I want to, I've already posted that in Slack, right? So people have already sent me messages telling me what they want to get out of the course. But please write to me about that, and because I want to see what your vision is for why you want to do this and why you think it might be interesting. Again, after going through this course, you're not going to be ready to get a job if you're completely from scratch, because 3 weeks isn't enough time, right? However, this gives you a very good foundation to go to a boot camp possibly, or get yourself into a autodidactic mode, just like self-learning. But a lot of different avenues that you can take after going through this course. It just really gets you into the mindset of how to learn and how to break down problems. Let's see. So I have Slack, so that's resources. General will just be for some general announcements. For example, since this isn't a resource, it's just a video, I posted the Zoom link so everyone can talk. By the way, just as a reminder for people that have just joined, I totally have this recorded, so if you missed out on the beginning part of what I said already, that's totally fine. I'm going to have this up on YouTube, and I will provide a link inside of resources. And yeah, I'm super excited to see what everyone builds, and I'm very excited to I'm really excited to see everyone's progress. It kind of feels like my life went full circle. I was a student of this stuff, and now I'm teaching it, so it's really cool. Josh, you want to add anything?
No, I just wanted to jump in and say hi, everybody. I would say good morning, but we're in the West Coast here. I know that there's a lot of folks from the East Coast here, so good afternoon, I guess, for the majority of you. No, we really are excited that there's that we have an opportunity to provide this class and that you have joined it. I hope that you get a chance to learn a lot. Now, I don't know if Thomas went over the style of the program, but it is using the flipped classroom model. So a lot of it can go on at your own pace. And you're going to be using the classroom time to really work through challenges as well as any exercises. And Slack's going to be that main collaborative platform in order to do that. Now, the beauty of Slack is and Thomas, give me the hey, I've already talked about this, but it's one of the main collaboration tools that a lot of the coding teams use today. So you're getting some good experience on how to use that. And I think that there is a video that will be available, if it's not already, that will show you how to do some of the tricks and tips on using Slack. But my only advice is, take your time, work on the projects. You can work on it all day. It's not right between that 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Classroom time. That's really your time to interact with Thomas and ask questions. Work on it all night. If you happen to miss a class, don't worry. The videos will be there. The lessons will be there. You can keep it up at your own pace and ask questions, and have a great time learning. I'm excited to see everybody's projects at the end of this 3-week course. That's all I got.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Just a quick recap. We're doing the flip model, so I'm going to also post that link. I forgot to post that link, so you can actually get a context of what the flip model is. It's basically where you will go through, it's more of a self-taught learning strategy where you go through, you read some material, you try to apply the project yourself, and then you reach out when you have questions, rather than me teaching the concepts directly. And one thing that I think is really interesting about this is I think the best learning is from doing. I can tell you, I've definitely been through lectures where I feel like I know the stuff based on just hearing a teacher talk about it. Until I find out when I start working, I don't know what I'm doing. So that's something that's extremely common. And really what real learning happens is through doing and through pushing through. So I just wanted to add that little footer note right there. I'm super excited again to see everyone's progress, and I will post a couple of resource links that I forgot to post. And super excited. So this will be on YouTube, and I'll also post the link for this just in case if you missed anything. And super excited to see your progress.
Yeah, Thomas, what? I forgot something important to say.
Yes.
I forgot to talk about Tech Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know about Tech Impact is a nonprofit out of Philadelphia who has a big focus on workforce development, particularly in the technology sector, where they help mainly 18 to 26-year-olds get into IT for things like help desk jobs and so on. They have a program called IT Works in Philadelphia and in Delaware. And then in Las Vegas, where me and Thomas are, there's the coding school called Punch Code, which is the program that Thomas is an instructor for, and I'm a campus director, as well as the IT Works in a program called CX Works, which is a contact center program. Now the IT Works, CX Works are free for students, so it's a really great opportunity for people to get into that field. And obviously you can learn more about it if you go to the site, the techimpact.org site, which we can probably post in the general. But they're the ones providing this opportunity. We're going to go ahead and keep registration open for another week. So if there's other folks that you're saying, hey, they might be interested in something like this, feel free to pass on that registration information, and they can come in. And like I said, with the flipped classroom model, they'll be able to catch up pretty quick. And we'll leave this channel open. It won't expire. So even after the class is over, you will still have access to all the resources and the chats and all that good stuff. But now, Thomas, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah. I'm glad that you brought that up. If you want to go to a boot camp and really accelerate your learning, that's I think if you go through this course, you're having a very good foundation. I think better than the foundation of the boot camp that I went through, the pre-work, because I feel like the pre-work didn't have enough project-based learning. So having this and having project-based learning initially is going to be very, very good if you wanted to end up going to a boot camp. So that's super exciting. Super excited to see all your projects. I already said it 3 times. Sorry, I'm just excited. So I'm just going to stop this video, and yeah, reach out to me if you have any questions about the day 1 homework, if you're having issues with the forms, if you have any technical issues, please reach out to me. But yeah, like today's just going to be learning how to learn and really getting you into that mindset. And yeah, I'll see you, or I'll be talking to you very shortly.